Welcome to the Foul Mouth News, where the filters are off and the language is colorful. If you are offended by profanity or vulgarity in general, not to mention political incorrectness, this video is not for you. You have been forewarned. So if you have virgin ears, be prepared because they are about to be violated.
Hello, everyone. Now, this is fucking hilarious here. CNN is doing damage control for Stellantis, for fucking Ram, for Chrysler, for Jeep. Okay, in particular for Ram. Because Ram right now is fucked. And that's an understatement. Okay? When Ram, the 2500, right now, 2500, they've got something like 300 and some odd days. It could be under 300 days or over 300 days, but it's around 300 days before they could sell every fucking Ram. And that's if they fucking started unloading a shit ton of them. Okay? They've got over a 300-day supply. They've got close to a 200-day supply on the 1500. They have lots. If you go, all right, there's a bunch of car guys, different used car salesmen, new car salesmen, stuff like that I follow because I actually worked for at one time Group 1 Automotive, the largest automotive group at that time, and I worked in their internet department and saw how the auto industry works, the ins and outs and stuff like that. And I kind of keep tabs on it because I like to see warning signs before they started saying, back in 2008, we're going to have to start tightening belts and we're going to have to lie to customers, started getting fucking shady, stuff like that. All right. I knew with that shit, before that shit was going on, that things were going to be fucked. All right. They talk about the housing industry. The auto industry was fucked even more. I mean, cash for clunkers was a way to artificially fucking keep the auto industry going. Basically what it was. And it fucked things to where even used cars are fucking super expensive. I mean, still, years after the fact. I mean, hell, you're paying for a 10-year-old car 10 grand now. I mean, give me a fucking break. But so you have this situation where Ram is fucked. And they're laying off workers because they are fucked. But according to CNN here, it's because classic Ram production ends, which classic Ram production, is still going for a while because the classic Ram is their fleet vehicle. It's the last gen Dodge Ram. They still make the last gen Dodge Ram. They call it the Ram Classic, and it's a fleet vehicle basically. And there's what the fuck is the term I'm looking for? But their costs spread out over that generation of Ram is fucking low. So, they make shit tons of money, but yet they're charging 50 grand for a fucking stripped last gen Ram. It's yeah, okay. They're making ridiculous money off of these vehicles. Amortized, is that the word I'm thinking of? But anyway, so the classic Ram, the fleet sales, the only thing that's keeping the auto industry going right now. Only thing. You go and you look on any car lot. They went from having no cars to having so many fucking cars. And the worst one for Chrysler is the Hornet. And they're actually forcing, they've got 400, they've got over a year's supply. 450 some odd days, I think it is right now, of these Hornets. So they're forcing dealers to fucking take these Hornets to get the allocations of the good vehicles. It's fucking retarded how fucked the auto industry is right now. And everything's perfect. I mean, our economy is the Titanic, and you've got those people playing the fucking violin as shit's sinking, acting everything's perfectly fucking fine. But the damage control with this shit is fucking hilarious. And the thing is the head of Stellantis came over and blamed American workers for this shit. For the fucking the fact that they can't sell Rams, they can't give them away. When you're selling Ram 1500s and the average price is $100 grand on the lot, give me a fucking break. It's ridiculous. So they're doing this damage control here. And let's get into this. Chrysler's parent, Stellantis, is laying off as many as 2,450 factory workers from its Warren truck assembly plant outside of Detroit as the automaker ends production of the Ram 1500 Classic truck. The fucking... They ain't ending production for like another several months. This is what's fucking retarded. They're not actually ending production until like towards the end of the year. Because of fleet allocations and shit like that. They're getting rid of one shift and they're going to keep continuing producing. Okay, if you get rid of one shift because you were doing a 2-shift thing and you only have one shift producing them, it's not because of it coming to an end, because if there was still demand, both shifts would be working. It's because the fucking economy is shit and their fleet sales have dropped like a fucking rock, like the rest of the fucking auto industry's sales to consumers and shit. The layoffs will be effective as early as October 8th, the company said, as the plant moves from a 2-shift to a 1-shift operating pattern in general assembly. Production of the Jeep Wagoneer at the same facility will remain on 2 shifts, the company said. And the Wagoneer, okay? One of the Wagoneers is the Grand Wagoneer. They've got it's like the Hornet. They've got a massive allocation. Anyway, as production of the Ram 1500 Classic winds down later this year, the company is shifting focus to the Ram 1500 Tradesman truck produced at its Sterling Heights assembly facility. We introduced the new 2025 Ram 1500 Tradesman with incredible value and content. The upgraded electrical architecture allows new technologies useful to commercial fleets for better tracking and improved safety systems, a company spokeswoman said. So basically, what they're looking at is we're not making the kind of money we want to make. This is all fucking spin. We're not making the kind of money that we want to make off of the 1500 Classic, which is still selling. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in now a fleet vehicle that's almost like 70 or 80 fucking grand. And we're going to fucking go for more money. That's what all they're doing here is. And it's hilarious considering, the cost has been spread out so much over how many of the last gen Rams that they've done with the Classic that they could still be making bank selling them. They're still selling. They're fleet vehicles. Most companies don't want that have fleets. Don't want massively complicated fucking electronic systems in their fucking vehicles because their vehicles need to be fucking reliable. So what do? Hey, we're going to sell you this. The reason why we're putting this new vehicle out there is because you need these new technologies. You want these new technologies. You want these things that just increase your chances of having shit go wrong. That's complete fucking spin. There are about 3,700 workers at the plant, represented by the United Auto Workers Union. Union members who are laid off will receive 52 weeks of supplemental unemployment benefits paid by the company and 52 weeks of transition assistance, Stellantis confirmed. They will also receive 2 years of health care coverage. What the fuck? So they're getting 52 weeks of unemployment, 52 weeks of transition assistance, which I'm assuming is more money from the sound of things, and they're going to get 2 years of health care. This is why our auto industry is so fucked. They make bad choices. They sell $100,000 trucks in an economy when people can't afford $100,000 trucks. Okay? They take trucks that they should be selling for 25 or 30 grand because of how much they've spread the cost out with the fucking Classic. They sell it for 40 or 50 fucking grand, which, by the way, they actually, because of the fact that their sales slumped so bad, they actually started offering the 1500 Classic to the general public as a cheaper alternative. They were offering stripped 1500 Classics to the average person. Because generally when they make a fleet-specific vehicle, that fleet-specific vehicle only gets sold to, generally fleet allocations. It's very rare that you'll see a fleet vehicle end up in the wild, so to speak, like brand new. All right. It does happen. I've seen people who've gotten, Ford Pursuit package like the Explorer and even the Taurus, because they went around and just one was ordered and the department or whatever that ordered it didn't want it. So I've actually known someone who got a brand new fucking twin turbo, police package Explorer right from the Ford dealership, because they had got it for a police department, and the police department backed out or some shit, and they still had it in their inventory. So I mean, it is possible, but it's not common. And for a company to say to the dealers, you now are going to be selling this directly to the consumers because we need a cheaper alternative, instead of selling $110,000 fucking trucks, $100,000 trucks, $90,000 trucks. And they're selling a fucking truck that should be selling for 25 or 30 fucking grand because of how much they've spread the cost out. Cheaper than that. I mean, what the fuck? It's got hell, most of those have like roll down windows and shit. But like they do have some of them with power windows. But you're talking stripped. Cloth seats, shit like that. Last gen. They're selling them for 50 grand and they're offering them to the public for like that. And they can't even fucking, keep the shit going. So they're going to move on to a more expensive one. And then when that fucks them, and they have to let go more people because, businesses aren't going to spend 70 fucking 80 grand on a fucking truck with more fucking baggage to it because of, your technologies useful to commercial fleets for better tracking and improved safety systems. I mean, shit, you put an air tag on a fucking fleet vehicle now, and that would be perfectly good for tracking that shit. So get fucked. I mean, give me a fucking break. This is a sign of things to come, and they're trying to be like, it's because they're phasing out the Ram Classic. No, it's because the fucking auto industry is fucked. The spin on this shit. Anyway, the UAW forged new labor deals with Stellantis last fall after a historic 6-week walkout, which they had to know that this was going to fucking happen. Between Stellantis and fucking Sean Fain at the UAW, they had to know this fucking shit was going to happen. But Sean Fain don't care about keeping, union employees fucking actually employed. He just cares about how big of a benefit fucking package you can get so they can go, look, I'm fighting for the little guy, even though they lose their fucking job. Let's see. What was it? Last year they did this? So last fall. So less than a year later. They didn't even work a fucking year. Anyway, Stellantis last week said it was offering a new round of voluntary buyouts to its U.S. salaried workers, the latest in a series of cost-cutting measures CEO Carlos Tavares is implementing at the company's American operations. At the company's investor day in June, Tavares cited weakness in at least two of its U.S. plants, but declined to name them. Oh, no. The asshole went like all fucking shitbag and blamed the U.S. Autoworkers for his fucking incompetence. I mean, like, you got to read in between the lines with this. This isn't one of those things where, like, this is, like I said, damage control. They don't want to alarm people and say, Chrysler's fucked. We're going to be down to the big two. Because Stellantis, they didn't even want to keep Ram going. They spun it off. And then they're like, people are buying trucks. And the thing is, and I said this in another video a couple months ago, the way Stellantis has treated Ram, or Chrysler in general, but Ram especially, like they do it with Chrysler all around, but it's Ram that they're really bad with. The way that they treat them is like Maserati, how they treated Maserati. Maserati was a fucking premium brand. But back during the whole shit going on in 2008, when people couldn't fucking get, car loans, they like the idea of the toxic, assets in regards to home loans. They did the same fucking thing. And they gave loans to people who could not afford to fucking pay them. They gave more so leases, but they gave people financing, especially again leases, that they could not afford, to pay. And in regards to both, all right, the loans and the leases, So many fucking people defaulted, all right, and they didn't maintain their vehicles. And what ended up happening is it created this fucking massive shit show that completely destroyed. I mean, Maserati's resale value wasn't, fucking the best before that, but it wasn't like shit. After that point, it went to shit. Oh, excuse me. That's why, like, Hoovie's Garage on YouTube, that's why fucking Hoovie can go and buy a Maserati for like a $100,000 Maserati for like 20 grand at this point, a used one, and fucking make content and content farm the shit out of it. Because they fucked the company, and they're doing the same thing to Dodge and Stellantis. Stellantis doing the same thing to Dodge, to Chrysler, Dodge, and fucking Ram. And when they're letting go of 2,450 factory workers and they're blaming it on the end of the classic Ram production, that's just fucking spin. It's because they've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of days worth of fucking inventory, including the classic Ram. And their fleet sales, which they're still selling a shit ton, but they fucking kept producing them, and now they got a backlog. Oh, I wish I could think of one of the guys that I follow on YouTube. He goes to the car lots. They've got 2023s, brand new, on the lot. Okay, that they can't fucking sell. 2023s, we're like 5 months away or whatever it is. Let's see. Yeah, 4 months away. 4 and change months. From fucking the new 2025, and they still got 2023s on the lot. This is not because of the classic Ram production ending. This is just a sign of things to come. The auto industry's fucked. The economy's fucked, and they're just going to try to keep saying, well, they're pissing in our faces, it's raining. Anyway, yeah, I've covered this well enough. I'm leaving things here. If you've made it this far and haven't already, please like and subscribe. Also, feel free to subscribe over on the other platforms where this channel's content is uploaded to, as well as subscribe and follow over on sites like Minds, Gab, and Parler. Links to each are in the description.